Today, Daddy Pig will turn into a dog and we'll try to complete a parkour course on a really interesting map.
What? Peppa, you never said anything like that. Am I really going to turn into a dog today?
Yes, you'll be on a leash and we'll have to complete the course together. We can't complete it without each other's support. Daddy Pig, you won't complete the course any faster because you'll be my little dog on a chain. And friends, of course. Don't forget to support us and subscribe to the channel because with your subscriptions, we'll be releasing more and more interesting videos.
Oh, I don't like this at all, friends. Just look at this. They actually put a collar on me and I'm tied to Peppa. How is that possible?
This parkour is really very difficult, if not impossible, to complete alone. That's why we'll have to work as a team sometimes. And that's the only way we'll be able to complete all these challenges. There's parkour in different colours. I'm blue and you, Daddy Pig, are red. We need to press the buttons and go to the places where our lights are. That way, we can progress further and further.
I think I've figured it all out. And we're even getting through the first few challenges pretty easily. I'd say it looks really interesting. I hope it only gets more interesting.
You can jump really high, much higher than me. So sometimes you'll just have to jump over it all. I can also pull you up onto the platform by this chain if necessary. At this rate, we can really complete this parkour.
So far, there haven't been any difficult tests that I couldn't complete without you, Peppa. Do you really need me? I'd love to be the first to complete all these tests.
No way, Daddy Pig. Since you've become a dog, you need to be by my side at all times. This will be a really fun challenge for both of us. Oh, there seems to be some kind of pipe here. But how do we get around it? Maybe we just need to go inside and there'll be some glass there that will keep us from falling?
By the way, there are so many other players here, and it's all because this mode is incredibly cool and popular. So we decided to give it a try. But I didn't think it would turn out like this.
You see, Daddy Pig, there are some places you can't go, just like I can't go to yours. Ouch! I hit the red line. Apparently, it's destroying me right away. We definitely need to be much more careful with these red lines, because if we hit them, we have to go back to the checkpoint. That's too much time.
Anyway, I haven't seen anything that difficult yet. But if you fall somewhere down, you'll be brought back. But apparently there are some lives here. How many times can you fall down?
Several times. And you need to be very careful with that. After all, if we fail to get through it once, we'll be sent back to the very beginning. So we'll often need to help each other. After all, if you fall to the very bottom, I'll pull you up so you don't fall with me. Just like you'll need to pull me up.
But how am I supposed to pull you up if I don't even have arms? It's simply impossible. I crawl on all fours and it's not very comfortable, especially when I jump. It's just terrible.
Daddy Pig, you shouldn't complain yet. Big deal. You'll just run around like that. I actually like it better this way. Ouch! One of the other players actually hit me. So I fell to the very bottom. But how good it is that we reached the checkpoint.
They really don't want us to go any further because we're doing this as a pair, and apparently we're already getting really good results. Of course, it would be awesome if we showed a good result and could pass all these tests without any problems. I would be incredibly happy.
The most important thing is that you don't get used to walking like that and don't have to be on a leash like that all the time. That would be really cool for me.
Of course I won't walk like that. I decided to help you complete this parkour and the map, but I never imagined I'd take on the role of a dog.
If I'd told you about this earlier, you definitely wouldn't have wanted to do something like this. Anyway, I'm enjoying everything so far, and we're getting through everything successfully. Daddy Pig, it looks like you're going to have to walk along this pole all the way to the end and pull me along with you. That's the only way we'll get through this.
I don't really want to pull you, but it seems there's no other choice. There's no other way to get through this part. It seems the whole parkour here is really designed for working in pairs. That's the only way to complete some elements. Okay, in that case, I just need to pull you down. After that, I'll run really fast as I can and hopefully get you back up.
Woohoo! We actually made it through this. Look, there's a maze next. You'll need to find all the necessary buttons and their colors. You seem to be doing it yourself.
Yeah, I can see everything perfectly well, and it wasn't that hard for me, so I can get through this in no time, Peppa.
Great! If you can see all of this, because it would be very difficult for me to explain all of this. Finish this as quickly as possible, and let's move on. The same kind of jumps await us next. I wouldn't say they're particularly difficult. It's just that there really are a lot of them.
Of course, it's good that we have checkpoints, but that doesn't always save us, because we do have limited lives. So we need to be very careful and not push any further. In any case, we need to think through some moves and try to get somewhere to finish this. I'm curious to see if we can get through all of this or not.
Daddy Pig, you probably need to get through from above. And I need to find another passage so we can be in the same room together.
You can't get around the other side. And stop dragging me like that. There's a passage here, Peppa. So come here quickly and don't keep me waiting.
Oh, that's true. Sorry, Daddy Pig. I just thought I needed to get around all of this. But so far, I can't say there have been any difficult challenges. Everything has even seemed easy. So we need to keep up the same pace and move on.
For some reason, I feel like Peppa is about to fall right now. She's definitely going to fall somewhere around here. Hold on and get up.
Phew, friends. I'm so lucky that Daddy Pig was there so I could pull myself up higher and get back on my feet. If it weren't for him, I definitely would have fallen and gone to the checkpoint. That's why we, as a team, can really win these kinds of competitions.
Of course, I thought this challenge would be less interesting, and that Peppa had invited me to try some weird mode again. But it turned out better than I thought. To be honest, it's really interesting to go through all these challenges, and it's especially interesting that we both have to help each other. It's really cool.
Of course, the further we go, the more difficulties await us. But Daddy Pig and I definitely won't be afraid of anything. In any case, we've really come much further than anyone else, because there aren't even any other players close to us.
Peppa's just taking a normal stroll here, but I'll have to jump dangerously and not fall. Of course, Peppa can pull me up, but it's still dangerous. The difficulty level is constantly jumping, and before you even have time to get used to one, something else is already rushing you.
But you're still doing well, Daddy Pig. You really show how to complete all these challenges.
I know perfectly well you're laughing at me, but it makes me incredibly angry. I don't want to be like a dog on a leash. I even fell. So pull me out as quickly as possible. I don't want to be here, much less hang like this. Or just pass this test already and pull me up to some platform or other.
Okay, Daddy Pig, but you need to wait. I'm going through these tests and just pulling you up. I'm curious to see what awaits us next. We've come quite far, but we still can't see the end of this map. I'm not even sure we'll be able to see it. This is going to be a really tough challenge for us.
I'm just tired of being on this leash, much less flying around. I want to get through this as quickly as possible. just to get rid of it. Once we get to the very end, I'll definitely not be like a dog anymore, and they'll take this chain off me. I don't want to be involved in anything like this again, Peppa.
But at least our friends will really find you funny, because they won't be able to see you acting like a dog every time. I think it's definitely worth being on this map, because it's truly incredibly funny.
Our friends clearly see that this is just necessary for us to at least try to reach the very end. If that weren't the case, I would have abandoned the idea of playing anything with you. I think there are still so many challenges ahead of us, and we simply won't have time to show our friends everything, much less reach the very end.
Let's go as far as we can before we fail again somewhere or something. Because after that, we could consider ourselves to have failed the main task and not reached the very end. In any case, we've already shown a good result to brag about. Our teamwork really did get us this far, Daddy Pig.
Apparently, there's another labyrinth ahead. We can get through it quickly. It's not such a big problem for me, since I'll be able to see everything. The most important thing is that there aren't any traps or anything else I don't know. Then we'll move on quickly.
Daddy Pig is really doing well and will soon open the door for us. But I think he might fail, and then it will all be for nothing.
Peppa, it's okay. I can get through this without any problems. Just take your time and we'll move carefully. That way, we'll definitely be able to see just how cool the final is. We're definitely just a stone's throw away from the finish line.
Oh no, I didn't make it in time, and we fell to the very bottom. This is probably a sign that we won't be able to reach the very end and show our friends this ending. It's a real shame. But we really had a lot of fun and managed to get through most of this map. So there's no need to be upset. So friends, we say goodbye to you, and we'll see you very soon.